I just had her, believe it or not, I had her blushing earlier.
You did.
Can you believe I had Shannon Livingston blushing?
I know. Well, I should know that the harassment is coming when I have boobs out.
I didn't even notice, Shannon. I didn't even notice anything about that.
That's why you tripped over my name during
the intro. Shannon Livingston. And, you know, she knows how to attract attention, and we really don't give a fuck what she says. She just basically...
As long as I look good.
As long as you look good. That's pretty much her role here on this 239 Uncensored
Everyone
live.
knows how stupid I am and how I don't have any opinions at all.
Yeah, and my mother was so funny because she listens in. She goes, oh, my God, she's so smart. I go, she's got you all baffled.
But, you know, that really is the thing that I realize that I kind of look like a bimbo. I mean, I just do. I like it. That's who I am externally. But I think it also is good because people really underestimate me. And so they just assume that I'm an idiot and they do stupid shit.
Well, I don't think they assume you're an idiot. They just think most attractive ladies, you know, I shouldn't say that most, but oftentimes it's equated with, you know, you're attractive. You got through life this way.
Right.
You're here now. And how did you get to where you're at? And then you talk, and then you actually sound for a couple minutes. You sound very smart.
And if you look at most of the men that I have dated, you'll know that I have slept my way to the bottom. So that I'm where I am all because of my unskill.
Yeah. You slept your way to the bottom. Yeah. But no, and I know a few of them.
You do.
Well, I don't know I don't know the ones you slept with, but I know the couple guys you've been with.
I left a couple of them intact.
Goodness. But yeah, no. So there's been a lot going on, and we're gonna try to go in live at some point to the Johnny Depp
on the trial.
Amber Heard.
Amber Heard. Have you Amber Heard? So. Are you embarrassed or ashamed that you're watching this?
I love it. I've been watching this thing, man. I love it. I go home and I like replays, and I'm like, yesterday was pretty interesting.
I haven't watched it yet.
Gator tearing. You know, she had like I saw one tear roll down her eye.
I dislike this woman so much, and I've really tried to be on her side, but I cannot.
And you know, I feel for the women out there that really have the situation going on, you know, a bad situation. And I'm not saying that Johnny Depp has got some weird shit going on in his life, because there's no doubt but those two were like
not good together.
They were like toxic combination.
I've been like that, where you're with somebody that brings out the worst of you, and you look back and you're like, wow, like who was that person?
But you're attracted to that craziness, nonsense.
Of course, I love the chaos. And so you do have to take a certain amount of responsibility for that. Of course, you can't put your hands on other people. It gets a little crazy then. And, you know, he's the one who's missing a finger. So I have to keep reverting back to that.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
He has all 10 fingers and toes.
Yeah,
right?
He does. And I see we got like a little heart up there. I don't know if that's for Shannon's attire today. I don't know if that's just they're glad they're watching.
Is that from your mom? Does she like it when I have boobs out?
I don't know. But, you know, hopefully we got a few more. We actually get like 500 and 600 views. I don't know how long they watch for, but they probably watch to see what you're wearing. Mm-hmm. And then after they decide whether or not they're going to continue, then we'll probably have a little bit longer follow through. Oh, this is a trial? We're live right here. Look at this.
Live trial.
Yes, this is or at least at some point this is up there. But yeah, they're showing some pictures of the trial.
So I love when we drop in and we're like, this trial is so fucking crazy. We don't even know how to narrate this. There's some weird art that we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So what about the fact that she is using movie scripts as her testimony? So like the talented Mr. Ripley, she said, word for word, you know, the thing about Johnny is like when he loves you, it's like the sun is shining on you and blah, 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 blah. I mean, this is word for word what was in that movie, and that was her testimony.
Yeah.
So it's not quite the same as, you know, Congress trying to say, or the courts trying to say that Marjorie Taylor Greene was quoting Independence.
Thank you.
But look, it is Sandy. She likes my dress today. Thank you, Sandy.
Yeah. A cute top from Leslie.
See, all the women like it.
Yeah, that's good. Now I don't know, Diana, is this the live one or is it repeated back? back, or you don't know? You just got up a Johnny Depp thing here at this point, or you don't? Not sure. Because it looks like she's got like a special attire on today. I like what she's wearing.
Sad pilgrim, and that is such bullshit.
She's a pilgrim.
She's a sad pilgrim today. She's like, oh, look at me, I'm a Quaker, and I'm so sad and broken.
Yes, come on, Johnny. Come on, Johnny.
Bullshit.
So we have determined that when the verdict comes out, if you'd say in a civil court, if a verdict or decision, I guess in that case, we're gonna go live. We're gonna narrate. Shannon's gonna dress accordingly and narrate, and probably nothing else.
I would love that. You know, my father was an attorney, and I grew up with the legal system. And she noticed that you got a haircut.
I got a haircut. Look at that. You know, it's a little bit.
It looks pretty good. Yeah. It makes your stomach look bigger, which I like.
Oh, thanks. Jeez.
Well, some of us like that sort of thing.
Oh, all right.
It just, you know,
there's
a lid for every pot. But no, so I grew up really in the justice system and very interested in these cases. And I do think that, all kidding aside, we're going to see a shift in how men are treated in domestic violence and domestic abuse accusations. And, you know, hopefully people learn that some behavior is not okay, and it might come out in court. So be careful what you text people. Don't shit in anybody's bed. Don't do anything crazy.
No, there's some crazy stuff. And the one thing I have about this trial is like, okay, Johnny's wanting this stuff to stop, right? So he goes ahead and files lawsuit against her. She counters, I believe. That's where we're at, right?
No, there was the other way around.
Johnny filed against her.
Oh, no, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Johnny filed against her because he wanted her to stop, basically, because he's lost millions and millions of dollars.
Because of the article that she came out with saying that she was
the opt-ed. Yeah. So the bottom line is, I honestly believe nobody's going to get shit out of this, and probably I think Johnny at the end of the day might end up be able to get back up on his feet with, you know, because he's probably be able to vindicate himself a little bit. But the reality is they've exposed themselves a lot.
But I think that it was necessary for Johnny Depp in his career. He did get looked over for roles because he was tried in the court of public opinion.
Absolutely.
So I think it was kind of brilliant of him to say, all right, like, I may lose this case, and who gives a shit about the millions of dollars or whatever, right? Like he could shit that out in her bed. But I think that having it all play out publicly and having people really see his side and sympathizing, we're already seeing that he's been signed on for upcoming work after years of not doing anything. So it has worked, his tactic.
I think Dior is like, their sales are going through the roof. It's like he's the Dior spokesman for Savage, I believe it is. And it's like people are buying that shit left and right. So I don't know. It's going to backfire on her.
But, you know, it shows too, like, we don't really give a shit about facts. We like charisma. As long as you have star quality and you're kind of pretty to look at. And I think he's prettier than she is.
I think she's really pretty.
Really?
I do. I think sometimes I see her and I'm like, yeah, she's okay. But other times when she dresses herself up, she doesn't wear a bit of makeup, right, in this whole thing, because she wants to be like real simple. And
she's a Quaker.
I'm this poor innocent girl. And it's kind of interesting. But no, we'll come back to that here in just a bit, but there's a really bad story. Authorities in Georgia are blaming the death of an infant girl on her 20-year-old dad, right? If you want to call him that, father. After being arrested in an outstanding warrant, he failed to mention that, to officers that he left his daughter in the car. So he knows he's got a warrant. He goes to the police station. He walks in. Of course, they take him into custody. Mm-hmm. He fails to tell him that, that 8-month-old daughter is in the car. And to me is just,
do you think he forgot, or do you think that was purposeful?
I'd like to think that he forgot, but damn, how can you do that?
And every year, unfortunately, we read about these kids that die in a car. And it just seems like, when are people going to learn? And now we have these stupid alarms on seats to let you know, oh, there's still a baby in your car. Somebody said early on, because it used to be about more like where your kid went in the like in the aisles of Target. And if you do not have eyes on your kids, you're doing the wrong thing. Your parenting is failing. If you wouldn't set your purse down and walk away from it wherever you are,
like right now, I'd be failing.
Don't put your kid there. And so I would walk around Walmart or whatever, and I'd see these little kids just wandering around, and I would think, would this woman put her purse here and walk off? Why is this child not more valuable than her purse? And so I say the same thing about these cars. People don't leave their purse or wallet or whatever in the car. They take that shit out, and yet their kid is in the backseat dying. And so who's going to be responsible? I bet this family sues the police department because the child died in the parking lot.
What's sad about it is like they found this poor baby, like it was like 6 hours later. Oh. It was crazy. And I think they walked up on the car and they noticed there was a baby in the car. And then, it's in Georgia, not the dead of the summer, but Georgia is hot. And then probably 125, 30 degrees, poor baby. Baby. It's terrible. So that was one. And then I kind of think this is a kind of a neat story. The next one, I don't mean it in a funny way or a good way, I should say, but this corrections officer, she had an impeccable career.
Yes. Model officer, never had a problem for years, really long career.
Yeah. It's like impeccable, right? She had a great career. She won the, Deputy of the Year like 4 years in a row.
Vicky White.
Yeah, Vicky White. And then this bad guy's name is White as well. Yeah, so so basically what happened is she did you hear that she sold her house like 3 weeks prior for like $95,000, which it was worth like 3 times more than that?
Yeah, she cashed out, right? Yeah, she filed retirement. She sold her house. And so it's definitely a planned thing once they started to look at it. Because at first, like you said, she was such a respected officer. They thought certainly he coerced her in some way. And, somebody had kidnapped a child or something. And then you find out, no, they were just in love. Love is a powerful, powerful thing.
So here's what I want you to do. I know they're watching. I know Vicky and this
and Mr. White.
Yes,
I know I read his name. I don't.
Yeah, his last name's White as well. But I know they're watching. So Shannon right now is going to give you guys a plea to turn yourselves in. So look at the camera. Yeah. Give them a plea, Shannon.
So I'm not going to give you a plea to turn yourselves in because I do not want to have to pay for your existence in jail as a taxpayer. I think maybe something more like a Romeo and Juliet type of situation might serve us all a little bit better, because that is just some fucked up shit that y'all do. Like, if we cannot trust our corrections officers, that is a sad state. But also, I do have one of my best friends is in prison. And so people assume that people in prison are not smart or charming or, valuable as people. And that's just not true across the board.
Well, this guy, I think he's in there for murder, but
still could be Prince Charming.
Yeah, right. Obviously he was, right?
For her, yeah.
He coaxed her into doing this. Now, the bad thing about it is, think about it. If you had a key to go get your really good friend out of prison, right? And you were able to go get it out and unlock him and take him out at night, where would you go? What would you do? What would be your plan? Could you really enjoy? Where are these people right now?
Right. They're going to be looking over their shoulder forever. Her life is over. His life is definitely over. So maybe they could give each other makeovers.
I guess they could have fun for a couple hours, a couple days. How good is
that sex, though? Like, you're gonna have some sex and some fried chicken, and then you're just gonna be tired and bloated, and like that.
But where are you gonna get the fried chicken at, Shannon? Come on.
Well, she's got $95,000. That's a lot of chicken.
Yeah, but where are you gonna go? You gotta put a mask on. You gotta go in there like this.
I think they probably have some help.
Give me some fried chicken. And this guy, from my understanding, is tall. And she's tiny.
Oh, so they stand out.
Yeah. So look at, she's gonna stand out. Cute little thing. She's going to stand out.
I don't think that people are that alert, though.
They're going to know this.
Like,
guy.
Unless there's a lot of money on the line, people really don't care.
Yeah.
They don't turn people in.
Give us your thoughts. Do you think if you had somebody that you knew, would you get them out, and could you possibly have fun after that? I just think, where are you going to go?
Yeah,
where are you going to go?
I would not spring my friend, because that it's just a matter of time before they're caught. Then your life is over. And so there's no point in it. And you don't enjoy yourself the whole time.
And from my understanding, this lady, this corrections officer, she was getting ready to retire anyway. She probably would have had a pension. She probably would have had money for the rest of her life. It's obviously that's not going to be there.
Maybe
it's
love
crazy.
is more important
For a day.
Well, she thinks it's going to be for a lifetime.
She's going to be behind the.
They could be in Mexico by now.
Yeah, Mexico. They're going to stand out like a sore thumb. These two in Mexico.
I'm just glad that she's old enough. Hopefully she's in menopause. And so they're not going to be able to reproduce at all.
Yeah, I don't think you're probably not. He probably is not worried about anything about her. She's like, thank you. Who knows where she's at?
You don't think that he loves her back?
I
think that he manipulated
I'm thinking he's
her?
like, yeah, I think maybe he might have manipulated her. I'm not sure.
Maybe he has Stockholm syndrome.
Do you have the key, Vicky? Vicky, could you, can we get the key?
I really like the way your ass looks in that uniform.
Yeah, you're looking so fine. I haven't seen a girl in 35 years.
But this is what happens to us ladies because we're treated so badly in relationships that we have to go into the prisons to find love.
Okay, Amber.
Am I a victim?
Amber. Are we able to bring it back up the courtroom? Is she still
acting like a sad pilgrim?
Are they on a break or she does like a little pilgrim today, so that's good. But she's a cute little pilgrim. She's got a nice little bun.
No, her features are too angular for mine. She just looks like a rat.
I don't know. I like her.
I want to give her a
I
little
like
piece
her. I
of
don't know
cheese.
why I like her. She looks good. I think you see the other pictures of her in the movie. She looks good.
In Pineapple Express?
I liked her in
I thought the weed looked better.
Aquaman.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
And I would be looking at him.
And she doesn't partake in that stuff before she met Johnny. So whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
She needs a lot of weed because she's very high strung and very insane.
Yeah. So did you hear about this other guy? Speaking of insane cons, just a few months before killing his 6-week pregnant wife. It's crazy. Jennifer Bo Rothwell compiled a list of apparent pros and cons of ending the couple's marriage. Okay. So this guy basically wrote out and goes, should I, shouldn't I, should I, good, bad, what, I just don't get these people. What, why would you, number one, she's pregnant with your baby. There's other ways to resolve this whole thing.
But this is always what happens with pregnant women. They're murdered by their husband because the husband freaks out about the impending responsibility. And, maybe they want it out and now they feel trapped forever. And, I don't know what they don't understand about birth control or vasectomy or whatever. If you want out, stop putting your penis in her where it might.
Is that how that works?
You would think that they wouldn't understand that either. I mean, there's a lot of responsibility that comes with, being sexually active. That's why I'm not, because I'm totally irresponsible and I should not do anything like that. But, when you act in an irresponsible way, you're probably not going to have the life that you want to have. And so the easy thing for him was to just get rid of the wife and the baby.
And you would not be a suspect.
Yeah. And of course, this is in Missouri, where I'm from.
So they were probably related. Yeah, that makes
probably
sense.
on meth. Actually, there's
so
a lot of meth
let's do a little list. Okay, so pros and cons. Okay, what's a pro of staying together?
Oh my God, you're asking the wrong person. I was not good at marriage. So pro would be taxes, someone to help me run my errands. I don't have to really work at sex too much or put on makeup. Like you just roll over and it's right there. May not be good, but it's very accessible. Someone to take the dog out maybe late at night because I go to bed early. Like for me, it's all about the practicality of the household. I don't really need companionship. I'm dead inside.
So basically your relationships are more transactional.
They have been, yes. I've been trained by every asshole that I've dated to look at things that way. Transactional. Yeah. They wanted a certain thing, and so that's
the transaction took place, and that's what. Yeah. Okay.
You're more emotional?
No, I'm just normal, I think.
But that is really one of the reasons I stopped dating, because I got tired of the transactional attitude.
Yeah.
Because I think they'd look at me again and think that I'm a certain type of person.
Cha-ching.
And I'm very kind of old fashioned and more traditional. And then that doesn't jive with what they expected and what they wanted.
But how would they know that you're more traditional? I mean, you
get to know me. I'm pretty open.
Own strip clubs. You've had ladies of the night. You've done. I mean, how could you possibly be?
I think a lot of people have done things similar to what I have done. They're just not as honest about it.
A lot of people.
We know a lot of people with secrets, with a lot of skeletons in the closet that we will not bust out on this show. But, you know, things that are certainly worse than having a couple strippers around.
We obviously know a little bit more about Amber and Johnny.
I love Amber and Johnny, and I'm so ashamed to say that. I try to be an intellectual, and then I'm like, what's going on with
it's hard to when you start watching it, it's hard to get out of it. But no, yeah, that's crazy. But no, I just think this whole thing about like, okay, so I haven't had, always, I'm no marriage counselor, let's put it that way, right? So, but if you don't like the situation, you remove yourself from the situation. I don't think you like take people out. I mean, can we agree on that?
If taking people out was an option, I certainly would have explored that a couple of times. I mean, I had some poisoning fantasies, don't get me wrong, but I never acted on anything. I just packed my shit.
Did you do your research?
On poison?
Google research. Have you really done it?
Sure, if I looked on put it on the laptop.
If I looked on your computer, you'd see something right now.
I did look up fatal dose of Valium for a dog, not because I wanted to kill my dog, but because I wondered, like, when she was really stressed out, how much could I give her?
For 275-pound dog. For a 275-pound dog. How do I?
I paid to have her put down nicely. I'm just saying.
Oh, you've already got your alibi story and everything.
Yeah. So if you go through the computer. No, I'm not dumb enough to look up shit like that. Plus, I have a whole network of old criminal friends that I could just call. I could get a testimonial on how it really works, not the Google version.
Hey, Joe Pesci, could you hook me up?
Joe Pesci. So last night I went to Brooks Burgers for dinner.
Good place.
I was going to go to Felipe's for their Cinco de Mayo thing.
Yeah.
And because I think they're going to help with the Pinky party thing that Pinky's doing. And it was way too loud. So I'm like that old lady that's like, I can't have any fun over there. There's too much fun. I need to go next door where there's less fun. So we went to Brooks Burgers, and I think it was the second SOB podcast we talked about.
You were out my neighborhood.
Oh, on Logan? Out in Logan Woods?
Yeah.
I don't even know where you live. That's I should rectify that. So anyway, back to me. So I was at Brooks Burgers, and I was thinking, they're from Kansas City. Did you know?
Yeah, you told me, and you said, remember we talked about how they were
why they're here.
Yeah, why they're here,
and they're here because my friends, one of the guys used to be my driver, burned down the restaurant where Todd was like a managing partner, and so they came to Naples to start over. So I think it's a crazy story. I don't really go to Brooks Burgers that much, but whenever I'm there and I see like the Kansas City Chiefs hat and all of that, I feel like they should thank me. Like, you're welcome.
Yeah, Shannon.
For that restaurant being burned down.
Yeah. Did you ever talk to them about it?
No. They're not seeking out my company.
They're
I don't know
people,
why.
Though. I've met them. They're very nice people. Yeah.
Joe met her in an airport one time, and they
super nice people.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah.
Well, all people from Kansas City are nice.
Yeah. Well, no, I think so. I don't have no problem with anybody from Kansas City.
We're bred
except
that
for
way.
Rich Hampton.
Yeah.
And I love Rich. I love Rich, but he fucking drives me crazy with the Kansas City Chiefs. They won one Super Bowl, and like you, they're
it's not about winning the Super Bowl, though. It is. It's about their character and their overall talent. And Big Red, amazing guys.
Yeah, they are good. I like to beat the Chiefs. They're good.
You like to beat the Chiefs?
Yeah, beat the Chiefs. They're good. So real quick, last thing. We have a lot going on, but last thing we like to do these visits, right? So Gators will visit your house.
Yes.
And these people from the Midwest, from Chicago, and they live in a real nice area in Naples and Windermere, which is it's right off Livingston, right?
The best road.
Yeah. Nice Livingston road. These people get up in the middle of the night or at some point and they say, Jesus, we got a freaking something in the garage.
They heard something.
Yeah.
Like thrashing around.
Yeah.
And so then the guy opens up the garage door. Do we have
I think we have a little video of this one.
Good.
I opened the garage door about a quarter way, peek my head in, and there's the alligator.
Persona non grata.
Very quickly, close the door.
He's pretty animated.
I was just going to say he's
we have an
practicing
alligator
the story.
in our garage. Something I coming from the Midwest,
storyteller.
really haven't experienced before.
The Dobsons are from the Windy City, so a gator in the garage definitely a first.
Thank Quick News for this, by the way.
You've got to be kidding.
Isaac, come on. Look what he's give me a break. Give me a break. You're pulling
The only fast one, this guy, 8-foot gator, the Dobsons making a quick call to Trapper Ray.
Trapper Ray. So
Trapper Ray.
that alligator is now on somebody's plate.
Yeah.
They don't rehome them, guys.
Or possibly, well, on the plate and someone's purse.
Yes.
Yeah, the gator or belt.
So we've talked about this before. Whenever possible, and I think this was after hours, but whenever possible, you need to call Fish and Wildlife for the gators.
Yeah.
If they have any chance of being actually relocated. If you call a private trapper, they have to pay their bills by selling the meat and selling the hide. And so just be aware of that.
Yeah. And oftentimes, if you call Game and Fish, they're going to call a trapper.
They're going to call the trapper.
So,
anyway.
but at least you can try.
Right.
So please salvage this poor gator.
I know. I have a bleeding heart with this alligator that's intruding. And also, shut your freaking garage door. We also have snakes and
I've got a snake. I've got a couple snakes in my
like even cats and things.
Garage.
A possum is going to come shit in your garage. You're going to think Amber Heard has been there.
But I will
shut the door.
I will tell you though, sometimes like you forget, like you forget to shut the garage. I've done that before.
I woke up the other morning and I could hear like the front door was open, and so I go downstairs. Sure as shit, the door had not been locked. And when Joe had switched the cars and shut the garage door, it was Joe. It was definitely not me. And so it had made the other door open a little bit, and then the breeze blew it open. So I was, in the morning, I was like, hey, glad we're still alive, because somebody could have come right in and butchered us in the middle of the night.
You didn't have a visitor?
No visitors. No.
How do you do that
alligators.
with Joe when you have a visitor?
I don't have visitors.
Well, that's good. That's good.
I just tell them all. I tell Joe that that's his uncle. This is your Uncle Bob.
For some reason, the door's shut, but that's Uncle Bob.
No,
well, what's going on this weekend? Anything?
So it's Mother's Day.
Yeah, well, obviously, and then the canoe races that aren't existing, but still big parties at Key Wade Island.
So there is a party.
Yeah, that's that time of year. No one really used to go to a big crowd went to the canoe races, but they always go. I mean, I went to Key Wade Island for 15 years. And I never really saw the canoe races a whole lot. It was just you go down. I've been
to the canoe races and never seen the canoe races.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
I would go to the Lutgert VIP tent and just kind of like sit there all day.
So I guess they canceled them again. So it's been 3 years in a row, but they have talked about bringing them back. So I hope they do that. It's good tradition in Naples. We need something like that.
And then the Kentucky Derby. Yes,
the Derby's this weekend.
Are you putting any money on any horses?
I haven't looked at the field, so probably not.
Are you gonna watch it?
Yeah, of course.
It's like what, 2:30, and then it's over at 2:31?
All this hype, and it takes like 2 minutes to run, right?
It's like my dating life, I know.
Yeah, that's
lots of hype.
Some of your boyfriends.
2 minutes later,
some of your boyfriends. Yeah. No, so remember the Derby. We've got the canoe races. Everything in Naples is actually starting to get pretty cool. We went out
locals.
Yeah, we went out to tacos and tequila last night. We were expecting a really big wait.
Yeah, they're always
and it took us about 20 minutes. And it was great. We had some food, had a couple drinks, and then went home, and it was fun.
Did you feel more Mexican?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. And I got to really understand. I got corrected, right? But this is actually a I guess in Mexico, it's not a big day for them. Mm-hmm. But they actually defeated the French in war, and the Americans have adopted the celebration and kind of pulled it off from from Mexican, right? They celebrate. We celebrate and make more of a big deal of it because we found out you can sell more drinks on that day than the Mexican people do.
So it's really about tequila sales.
It's totally about
just like Valentine's Day is all about chocolate and flowers.
Cinco de Mayo. Cinco de Mayo.
Well, and when are we going to have more than one holiday for weed? I mean, I get 420 and that's it.
Shannon.
All the alcohol people, you got New Year's Eve, St. Patrick's Day.
We want people to be alert and functionable, so we don't We don't.
You know, the busiest day.
You know
in
the
bars,
study that I listened to?
There's a study that says no. The busiest day. This was a study, but it's true. The busiest day for bars is the night before Thanksgiving. Yeah,
that's true.
See, you read that study.
That is true. That's the first time Shannon has ever gave a real study that I believe.
I just make up shit all the time.
Shit,
Have you seen that new show on Netflix called Bullshit?
No, but I want to watch it. Oh, is that the one with Howie Mandel?
I don't know
is he like
who it is. But whenever you answer the question, if you don't know the answer, you can bullshit your way through it. And then, like, if the people believe you,
I like that.
then you win, right?
I like that.
So I haven't watched the show yet, but I love the concept.
I like
just
that.
From listening to
we
it.
need to do that on here.
We'll do that.
Make sure to leave comments and like our YouTube page. We don't get a whole lot of people watching the YouTube, but
oh no,
yeah, let's like that one.
But
my
the
Facebook
are going to be on YouTube
and Shannon will be boobalicious, whatever. It'll be on there
all over the place.
Yeah, and we're having fun though. The 239. We are going to be Friday's edition. We are going to be out. Hold it real quick. Are we allowed to go in and see if we can see Johnny one more time?
Where's my boyfriend?
Oh, she's still on. She just looks kind of bored.
Can you imagine being married to her?
Oh,
I would cheat.
She'd be all right.
No, I would cheat.
She's got to clean her up a little bit. Well, she's clean, but she's got to put her do a little makeup on her. She'll be good. 239. Uncensored, everything Southwest Florida and beyond. And we are